Hi Geometry, I'm Miss Craft, so I will be one of the teachers that uploads videos for your geometry class. I teach with Mr. Morin and Miss Scarple and Miss Hopek. So this is week 1 of geometry. During this lesson, you should be doing this during asynchronous time, so that means without your teacher, doing this independently. Students will be able to analyze a linear system on a graph, including the rate of change and point of intersection. Students will be able to describe a rate of change using X and Y. All right, so I want you to pay close attention to the vocabulary that we use and the language that we use when we talk about describing a graph. There will be a short little quiz at the end of this week, so make sure you're taking notes or however you want to remember this content today. All right, so how can I find the slope of a line? There are two methods. I hope you have heard of these methods before, but if you have not, that's okay. We're going to go over them anyway. So when you're drawing a slope triangle, basically you have a line and you're going to start, we read from left to right. So I want you to go ahead and think that way when we are talking about lines. So if I'm reading left to right, I start at a point. This line could go on forever, right? But it would still have the same slope. So I can start at a point here, and then I'm going to go to the right. So to get there, we like to talk about slope as rise over run, right? So we have rise over run. And when we think about rise, we think about our y-axis, right? Because y-axis goes up and down. So we can talk about the change in y. So there's this little thing called a delta, and it's basically just a triangle, and it talks about the change. So the change in y over the change in x. Okay, so I always tell my kids this looks like the y-axis, right? Right here. This little guy looks like the y-axis. So it goes up and down, right? Because the stem of a y goes up and down. So we're going to go up and down first. And when we talk about positives and negatives, if we're going up, it's positive. If we're going down, it's negative. If we're going right, it's positive. If we're going left, it's negative. So when we're going down, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we went down 4. Next, we're going to get over to the right where this other point is. And then when we're going to the right, it's positive. So 1, 2, positive 2. Okay, so then we will write -4, right? Rise over run, -4, positive 2. Simplified, that makes it -2. So our slope for this slope triangle is -2. From R to S, the slope is -2. The rate of change is -2. Now, some of you might have learned the slope formula, which basically means just you have a point here, R, and you have a point here, S, and you're going to plug those into this formula. Now, X and Y are always written like X comma Y when we talk about coordinates, right? X comes before Y in the alphabet, and so X comes before Y in the coordinates when we write them down. So if we talk about Y, we can pick this to be 0.1, and we can pick this to be 0.2, okay? So if I label these, my pen is a little bit difficult, I can label this X, and it belongs to 0.1, and Y, and it belongs to 0.1. Okay, this one will be X and it belongs to 0.2, and Y and it belongs to 0.2. Now I just plug those little babies in. So Y sub 2 is -1, minus Y sub 1 is 3. Then I move to my X's. X sub 2 is 4, minus X sub 1 is 2. Okay, -1, -3, -1 minus 3 is -4. 4 minus 2 is 2. You see how we got to the same thing here as we got to here. Okay, so then I'm just going to simplify that and it's going to be -2. Okay, there's going to be a way that we talk about this. So when we talk about slope or this line, This line we talk about as X does something, Y does something. So I'm just going to write that as X does something, Y does something. So we need to fill in that blank. So let's talk about X first. When X is going where? When X is going positive, right? So it's increasing. As X is increasing, Y is decreasing. And we can even say by how much, right? Because we know that. So as X increases by what? Well, X is represented in the denominator of our slope here. So as X is increasing by 2, or you could even say, and -4, or simplified, this guy is really over 1. So as X is increasing by 1, so next time we'll put the 1 in there, Y is decreasing by how many? 2. Okay, so that's just some of the language that I'm going to introduce you to, and then we'll move on to the next one. Find the slope of each line graphed below. So from here, I'm going to walk you through this one. Then I want you to pause your video, see if you can do B by yourself, and then push play again and make sure you got the right answer. So here we go for this one. Here's 2 points. I'm going to use those 2 points. I read from left to right, so I'm going to start on the leftmost point, and then I'm going to go up or down first. So if I go up, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I go right, I have 1, 2. Okay, so my rise over my run is 5 halves, which is 2.5, right? But 5 halves is good because we like slope to be in a fraction or a rational number. Okay, so as X increases by, we're going to put by underneath, by blank. Y does something by blank. Okay, so as X was increasing by 2, so increasing, that's a little space. By 2, Y was increasing. I'm not good at my pen yet. Increasing by 5. Okay, so go ahead and pause your video, see if you can do the next one, and then we'll check ourselves in just. All right, time to check your work. So go ahead and check your work and make sure you got B right. You can pause me if you need to. It's okay to have questions right now, and I know I'm not sitting there with you, but when you have those questions, go ahead and jot them down, and that's what the synchronous time is for. So when I see you online, that's a good time to ask all of those questions. It's okay to have questions now. So for all of these, remember that we're doing change in Y over change in X. It's a good thing to have written down everywhere. Okay, so find the slope of the line through the given points. So if we're talking about just points, remember we can pick this one to be our first point, and it can be X sub 1, Y sub 1. And we can pick this one to be our second point, X sub 2, Y sub 2. Now, I want you to go into Desmos if you need to, and you can totally graph this and count it on a slope triangle, or you can use the formula. I like to just think about, well, I need to find the difference between these two guys, and I need to find the difference between these two guys. So how much is it between 8 and 0, right? So if I tuck this one first, 8 minus 0, well, that's just 8. If I started with this one first to go to 0, then I need to start with this one first to go to 16. So how do I get from 12 to 16? Well, I just add 4. So my rate of change then becomes 8 divided by 4 is 2, which is really 2 over 1 if I need to talk about it that way. Okay? So then we're going to write this in here again. Let me find a pretty color. Okay, as X does what? So remember, this is change of Y over change of X. Don't get that mixed up. So we're talking about X first. As X does what? Well, it's positive. So it's going to be as X increases by 1, Y increases, whoopsies, Y increases by 2. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, and then we're going to check in on B. All right, so go ahead and pause me if you need to look at this work. I always think about, well, if I'm going from 8 to -4, how many numbers are in there? So if you need help, go ahead and draw a number line, and you can just think about, I'm all the way at 8. I think I'm mirrored, so I might be doing this backwards in my video. But if I'm 8 to -4, well, I have 0 to 8, and then I have that -4. That's 12 numbers in between 8 and -4. And same thing with -16 to -3. Well, I'm just talking about negatives there, so there's a difference of 13 numbers there. So as x decreases by 13, y increases by 12. All right. We're going to do this on the next video, so go ahead and take a brain break, and then we're just going to analyze 2 graphs and then be done for our async time.